Hey you lovely HelloFresh cooks, it's Head Chef Patrick here, and today our culinary adventure has literally brought me to the coast of Sri Lanka. I've got the stilt fisherman behind me catching fish, so I can show you tonight's recipe, which is a Sri Lankan fish curry with yellow rice and tomato salsa. And you know how we say our recipes need to be cooked in half an hour? This one really does, because that tide, it's not going to wait for anyone, so let's do this. So the first thing we're going to do is just chop our red onion down the middle through the root and then slice it as thinly as possible. The next thing that's going in is our chili. Now basically you can put in as much as you dare. Sri Lankans love their food super hot, so you might want to go easy on this. I'm just going to take off the end and then slice it down the middle and remove some of the seeds, because that's where all of the heat is. So then you can just chop the chili into little chunks. Use a quarter, use a half, whatever you want. But right now, I've got all the fishermen checking me out and daring me to use the whole thing. So I'm just going to put the whole thing in the pan. The next thing that's going to go into it is a little bit of garlic. So just take one clove, peel it, and then chop it as finely as you can. Or you can just grate it. So the next thing's the lime. You want to zest the whole of the lime and then just slice it in half, ready to juice it later. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys know the technique for rice by now. It's tried and tested. This is the first year of HelloFresh. I'm just going to put half of the stock into the water. Going to give it a stir. And once it's all dissolved, just going to add in my basmati rice. And once the rice has gone in, then we're going to add in half of the turmeric, because that's what's going to make our yellow rice. Then just give it a good stir. Put the lid on the pan, leave it on there for 10 minutes on low heat, 10 minutes off the heat, don't touch the lid, and then in 20 minutes is going to be perfect. Meantime, we'll get on with the curry. Get the pan on, about medium heat, put in about a tablespoon of oil. Onions go straight into the pan. Going to put in our chili as well, and we're just going to sweat those off for about 5 minutes until they're soft. Okay, now they've softened up, we're just going to add in the other half of the turmeric. We're going to put in our Sri Lankan curry spice mix. Next thing goes the garlic, then give it a good stir. Right, once that's been cooking for a minute, we're going to add our coconut milk into the pan. And then the next thing we're going to add in, one of the key flavors, is our curry leaves. Right, the curry leaves are in, and I'm just going to punch up the flavour a little bit more by putting the other half of that stock in. You just want to bubble it away now, reduce it by about half, and then we're almost there. I tell you what, it already smells incredible. Here I am, just cooking a curry on a beach in Sri Lanka. It's amazing. I hope it smells as amazing in your kitchen as it does out here. It has to, because it's exactly the same recipe. Okay, so whilst the curry is bubbling away, we can still be efficient with our time. We're going to make the tomato salsa. So give your tomatoes a little wash first, and then we're going to chop it into chunks. So the tomatoes just go into a mixing bowl. Then we're going to add in a little bit of ground coriander, a little pinch of salt, and then the juice of half of the lime. Give it a little stir, and that is perfect. Leave it on the side. Next thing we're going to do is chop up the fish into 2 centimetre chunks. Once the fish is chopped up, we're going to add our spinach into the pan. Thank you. And we're going to wilt that off for maybe a minute. And then next on goes the fish. Now very gently fold the fish into the curry. You don't want to break the chunks up. And into that, I'm just going to put the other half of my lime juice. Okay, that fish is going to take a couple of minutes to cook through, and you'll know it's cooked through because it'll be nice and white all the way through. And then we're basically ready to serve it up. Okay, so rice onto the plate. Look at the colour of that. And then finally, that beautiful Sri Lankan fish curry. Tomatoes on top for a little bit of colour, a little bit more flavour. And that is your beautiful Sri Lankan fish curry with yellow rice, tomato salsa, done. Dinner time, guys!